Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer in that order. Welcome everyone. Today going to do a fun video, well, fun for me anyway, talking about the Holy Grail of Cal Ripken Jr cards. Ripken was my favorite player growing up. I've collected his cards in some fashion all of my life, but this video is actually inspired by a viewer of the channel. I'll tell his story at the end of the video. Ripken's career spanned from 1981 to 2001, and his rookie cards are in the 1982 sets. He has a Topps, a Donruss, and a Fleer rookie. Those were the only major card manufacturers back then. He's also in the 1982 Topps traded set, which is a little rarer than the other three, although all four of these cards are fairly plentiful still today. You can pick up nice raw copies in near mint condition for maybe $10 to $20 of the three base cards, and the traded will cost you more like $50 to $100. Throughout the 80s and 90s, cards were usually mass-produced, so most Ripken cards do not hold a lot of value today. There are exceptions in the 90s. Some of his rare parallels and inserts can bring four figures in top grade. And it's certainly possible there have been or will be the occasional five-figure sale with, a rare 1990s Cal Ripken insert. But it's really the rookies that are Ripken's top cards in the hobby. Like I said, they're not ultra-rare cards. Each has been graded over 10,000 times by PSA, and the Topps has actually been graded over 30,000 times. But in PSA 10s, they can be a lot more difficult to find. The pop counts in PSA 10s are all in the hundreds, with the Fleer actually being the rarest of the four. The Donruss currently sells for around $700 in a PSA 10. The Fleer sells for close to $2,000. The Topps sells for about $1,600. And the Topps traded is the most valuable by far, currently selling for over $5,000 in a PSA 10. And that's actually way down from earlier this year when it crossed into five figures with a number of sales in February and March. The all-time record sale of a copy of PSA 10 copy was $20,101. That was in February. So, on the surface, the Topps traded in a PSA 10 would seem to be the Holy Grail Cal Ripken card. However, far less well known than the four rookies is that Ripken also has four minor league cards, and these are some of the rarest and most valuable minor league cards of all time. He has a 1981 TCMA Rochester Red Wings card. It's been graded about 1,200 times by PSA, including 300 PSA 10s. It currently sells for around $900 in a PSA 10. Next up is a 1981 WTF Rochester Red Wings, very rare card. As a lifelong collector, I've only ever owned one of these, which is a PSA 8. It's only been graded 167 times in total by PSA. In a PSA 10, it's just a pop 2, and one of those sold in 2017 for $7,500. I imagine if one of them got put up for sale today, it would go much higher than that. He also has two minor league cards from 1980. First is a 1980 WBTV Charlotte O's blue border. I've only ever owned one of these in my entire life, and this card has only ever been graded by PSA a total of 81 times. The highest grade ever given is an 8. The record sale of this card in any grade is one of the PSA 8s. That went for $9,600 back in 2019. Again, if one of them was put up for sale today, I expect it would sell much higher than that. Which brings us to the true Holy Grail of Cal Ripken Jr. baseball cards, the 1980 Charlotte O's Police Orange Border. Impossible to find card. I have never personally owned one. It has been graded a remarkably low 27 total times by PSA. It's also been graded 4 times by Beckett and 3 times by SGC, meaning there are a grand total of 34 known copies on planet Earth. That's about half as many as the famous T206 Honus Wagner. The highest grade it has ever received is a PSA 8, but that's just a pop 1, and that card has never been put up for sale. In 2013, a PSA 4 went for close to $12,000. A year later, in 2014, a PSA 5 went for a little over $12,000. And later that year, a BVG 8, the single highest graded BVG copy, sold for $20,000. And just a few months ago, a PSA 6 set the record sale for any Cal Ripken Jr. card ever at $24,401. It is also the world record sale for any minor league set card ever, any player. Looking at the pop report on the card, you can see that it's been graded 27 times in total, like I said. One PSA 8, like I mentioned, and that's the highest ever graded. There is also one PSA 7, and there are 6 PSA 6s. So that record sale we just saw was a pop 6 with 2 higher. There exist 4 PSA 3s, which is relevant because of the story I mentioned at the beginning. A viewer of the channel, Joe, recently bought one of the PSA 3s, this one here. He was born and raised in Baltimore, huge Cal Ripken collector. This was one of his dream cards, and he actually purchased the entire set, although the Ripken is really, the big-time card of note in the set. He actually purchased it from another longtime Cal Ripken collector, which is cool to hear, going from one fellow Ripken fan to another. In order to fund the purchase, he actually had to sell off a number of his Ripken cards from his personal collection. He sold off 7 of the rookies in PSA 10s and used the funds to buy the orange border. Very cool to hear that. And congratulations to Joseph for adding the Cal Ripken Holy Grail to your collection. But that's it. Thank you everyone for watching, and hope you enjoyed my first ever video focused solely on my boy Cal Ripken. If I ever get one of these orange borders myself, I'll definitely make a video about it and share the story of how I got it one day hopefully. But until then, keep collecting, eat your vegetables, tip your servers well. May the force be with you, and have a great day. Thanks, guys.